Welcome into the bunker of General Gridiron, field marshal of football forecasting. We're about to map out the way this opening weekend of college football is gonna go. Will your favorite team be marching to victory, or will the enemy be taking your battle flag? Ignore those handful of preseason games that happened last Saturday. It's really getting kicked off in a big old way this Labor Day weekend. And it's truly great that America's greatest sport is back, and the General's back too. So grab your helmet and man those battle stations. We're ready for another round of General Gridiron's football foretelling. Michigan versus Florida at AT&T Stadium. Harbaugh's hard-knock Weasels burrow down to Big D for a chance to prove how far they progressed under the former 49er frontman. Crossing the Mason-Dixon line isn't a common occurrence in Ann Arbor, so the Mays machine better be raring to go. The Fighting Gators are ready for their own spot in the bright lights of Jerry World. Albert the Alligator is tired of being an also-ran to the terrible Tide, and a chance to knock off a Big Ten bully is a great way for Jim McElwain's Reptiles to get the new year off in style. Southern speed tops Northern might in this one. The Generals victor, Florida. Maryland at Texas. The Lone Star State has endured more than its fair share of hardship and suffering in the past week. We want to send our thoughts and prayers to those Texans that have had to deal with Hurricane Harvey and its remnants. In the capital city of Austin, the burnt orange bovines need to put Harvey in the rear view and prepare for a mysterious turtle that's meandered all the way down from Maryland. This Big 12, Big 10 battle ain't exactly a top 5 matchup, but with Tom Herman now in charge on the 40 acres, it'll be interesting to see if his success in Travis County will top what he enjoyed in flood-ravaged Harris County. Bevo smashes Testadue's shell. The Generals victor, Texas. BYU versus LSU at Mercedes-Benz Superdome. This game was originally scheduled to be played at NRG Stadium in Houston, but the Advocare Texas kickoff will now be played in Louisiana's Crescent City. The Cougars already have a win under their furry belt, toppling Portland State in one of those preseason games. Kalani Sitake's Provo posse would rather have faced the Bayou Bengals on the other side of the Sabine River, but you don't mess with Mother Nature. Energy-drinking Coach O and the Tigers will take advantage of the short trip down Old Man River and forget to show Southern hospitality to their Utah opponent. The Tigers will be the dominant cat in this feline frenzy. The Generals victor, LSU. NC State versus South Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Old ACC rivals rendezvous in the Queen City. The Wolfpack and Rowdy Roosters haven't met on the field since 2009, and it's good to see these border brethren back at it. Ryan Finley will guide the pack attack to Charlotte. The Boise State transfer looks to build on his passing stats in 2017. Native son Jake Bentley has full control of the Gamecock offense, and the sophomore QB plans to give Finley a run for the stats when they get those balls flying atop Cam Newton's pitch. When the Carolina moon rises in the east, USC will once again prove to be a winner inside Bank of America Stadium. The Generals victor, South Carolina. Louisville versus Purdue at Lucas Oil Stadium. The Interstate 65 Series roars into Indy for the weekend. In Lane 1 is an enigmatic Boilermaker bunch that hasn't had a 10-win season on the gridiron since way back in 1979. New coach Jeff Brom, a U of L alum and outstanding signal caller for the Cards in the early 90s, hopes to guide Purdue to a big win in his first race. But his alma mater doesn't plan to flame out in the Circle City and let the Boilers ride roughshod. The Cards are revved up for the new season, and I'm afraid they'll make at least one old quarterback a little uneasy after crossing the finish line many car lengths ahead. The Generals victor, Louisville. Still to come on this opening week college football forecast. The fighting Texas Aggies are saddling up and heading all the way to Los Angeles to tangle with the Bruins. And college football superpowers Alabama and Florida State open up the brand new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Keep it here. General Gridiron will be right back.
Because you want more flavor, at Newk's we marinate and grill to perfection. Because you want the latest culinary tastes and trends, we never rest. At Newk's, great food drives us. So we are meticulous in our preparation, obsessed with the quality of our ingredients, and uncompromising about serving you our very best. We believe that sharing a memorable meal is one of life's ultimate pleasures. Join us at Newk's Eatery.
Howdy, soldiers. This is General Gridiron back with you. Each week, this fabulous football forecast is heard on some of the finest radio stations all over the country, including WBIP AM 1400 in Boonville, Mississippi, hometown radio since 1950, and ESPN Radio 690 KEWI, Little Rock, Arkansas. We appreciate all of our radio affiliates. Now, let's get back into the football fight. West Virginia versus Virginia Tech at FedEx Field. The Black Diamond Trophy is on the line when these old Big East rivals get back together in the shadows of our nation's capital. Wispy-haired Dana Holgerson may have to don a ball cap for this one, as it looks like a few drops may soak the grass at FedEx Field. The Virginians are riding high, at least one spot ahead of WVU at number 21 in the preseason AP poll. Year 2 of the Justin Fuente era in Blacksburg promises to build on the foundation of 2016. Edmonds is going to be a force for the Tech defense. That's safety Terrell and his linebacker brother Tremaine. That Bud Foster D will be nipping at the knees all night, and the ride back across the Potomac will be a good one for the Gobblers. The Generals victor, Virginia Tech. Texas A&M at UCLA. Howdy. Aggie fans better watch what they say when hitting Tinseltown this weekend. In Westwood World, Southern accents and manners are not a common occurrence. The draw will be muted when Kevin Sumlin's boys round them up inside Rose Bowl Stadium. The Ags will be facing philosopher Josh Rosen at QB. The junior's TD passes descended from 23 to 10 last year, so maybe he better leave the philosophizing to somebody else. Will an SEC team be able to put conference pride on the table on the shores of the Pacific, or will a combination of jet lag and the effects of Hurricane Harvey make A&M become starstruck? The Generals victor, UCLA. California at North Carolina. The Bears of Cal are heading in the opposite direction of their Los Angeles little brother this Labor Day weekend. A date in Kenan Stadium awaits new coach Justin Wilcox, who came to the left coast after spending last season as Wisconsin's defensive coordinator. Despite NCAA controversy, Larry Fedora's put together an ACC Coastal title and back-to-back winning seasons in Chapel Hill. Despite losing the quarterback as a second overall pick in the NFL draft, Carolina is reloaded and ready to go bar hunting in Orange County. And the Burley Bruisers from Berkeley are the perfect candidate. The Generals victor, North Carolina. Tennessee versus Georgia Tech at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Longtime SEC rivals Tennessee and Tech meet once again in Atlanta, but this time it's under the roof of the $1.6 billion Chinese takeout box known as Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The Vols abandoned their Navy this opening weekend for a chance to be the Labor Day hero against a nerdy ACC school just off North Avenue. But Buzz ain't going to let Smokey come to his hometown and trash the new digs. Paul Johnson and his triple option Ramblin' Wreck will be the perfect holiday option as college football's opening weekend comes to a close with this Monday night dandy. The Generals victor, the Ramblin' Wreck of Georgia Tech. Florida State versus Alabama in Atlanta. Picking a winner at this first official game inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium is like choosing between an SL versus AMG. Both are top of the line. These two teams will bring high-octane speed, quickness, horsepower, and engineering, which is combined with the handling and craftsmanship of two power coaches loaded with plenty of talent, many who will soon have the cash to drive the car that adorns this stadium. Nick Saban owns a Mercedes dealership or two, but so long as the refs play fair, we're picking FSU to win by a touchdown, and the ACC dominance chatter will rise. Knowles can gloat for a minute, all the while Nick will have made bank selling a few bins during the loss. The Generals victor, Florida State. We've already looked at the weekend's biggest battles across the nation, but we're not done, y'all. We'll be back in just a moment to wrap up this week's General Gridiron with our rapid-fire picks. This is General Gridiron back with you. We've already maneuvered through this opening weekend's frontline college football showdowns. Now it's time to fix bayonets and storm the field with our rapid-fire football forecast. Defending national champion Clemson clobbers Kent State. Missouri show-me's Missouri State. Penn State zips past Akron. Pittsburgh chills Youngstown State. Air Force blast VMI. Oklahoma best UTEP. Mississippi State mauls Charleston Southern. USC takes care of Western Michigan. TCU tames Jackson State. Georgia bites Appalachian State. Vanderbilt sinks Middle Tennessee State. Auburn aggravates Georgia Southern. Nebraska nips Arkansas State. Tulane beats Grambling. Ole Miss outparties South Alabama. James Madison upsets East Carolina. Texas Tech shoots Eastern Washington. Kentucky gets revenge at Southern Miss. Notre Dame night schools Temple. And Wyoming lassos Iowa. Well, troops, you can now put your swords back in their scabbards. We're all out of picks on this Week 1 edition of General Gridiron. We'll be back again next week. Same General Gridiron time, same General Gridiron station. So don't forget to tune us in on the radio, Facebook, and on YouTube TV. And don't forget to tell your friends all about the show. Just search for General Gridiron. This is John Rawl, the General of Gridiron Glory, thanking you for letting me be a part of your opening weekend celebration. This show was co-written by Taco Thompson. General Gridiron is a production of CRM Sports. For more, log on to crmsports.com.